Hello friends, my name is Subrato Sarkar and I am here to teach you the subject of science. Today I will teach you a new chapter, that is the structure of atom. Before I am going to tell something about an atom, I want to let you know something about what is a matter. So matter is anything that occupies space and has some mass is called matter. So anything which occupies space and has mass is called matter. Let us take an example of this pen. If I place this pen in my hand, here we see that this pen occupies some space in my hand, and it is well known fact that it must have some mass. So here this pen acts as a matter. Our main intention is to understand that atom and the structure of the atom. So atom is the building block of all the matter. What does it mean? The basic entity from which a matter is formed is called an atom. So let us take an example. If I take a atom 1, atom 2, atom 3, atom 4, atom 5, atom 6, when these atoms are connected or placed in a particular manner, then there is a formation of this type of matter. Let us take a real life example. If we take a brick 1, brick 2 and up to brick 100, when these bricks are arranged in a particular manner, then there is a formation of a room, and when these rooms are constructed in a particular manner, then there is a formation of this type of building. Here we see that for the formation of a building, the basic entity is the brick. Similarly, in like this, for the formation of a matter, the basic entity is the atom. This theory was given by a British scientist whose name was Dalton. But after the discovery of the subatomic particles, the theory which were proposed by the Dalton was not recognizable very much. So we have to understand that what are these subatomic particles. There are three types of subatomic particles. The first one is electron, the second one is proton, and the third one is neutron. Electron is a negatively charged particles which was discovered by a scientist whose name was J.J. Thomson. Proton is the positively charged particles which were discovered by the scientist whose name was Goldstein. And the neutron is having no charge. Neutron have no charge, which were discovered by a scientist whose name was James Chadwick. So after the discovery of these subatomic particles, many scientists tried to propose a model of an atom. For example, J.J. Thomson proposed a model which was called plum pudding model. Rutherford proposed an experiment like alpha ray scattering experiment for the proposal of a model. And the third one, which is very significant one, is the Bohr-Bury model. This model is scientifically approved by the scientific community of the world. What he said? He said that atom consists of two things, nucleus and the electrons. And in nucleus there are presence of two things, that is protons and neutrons. And outside the nucleus there are electrons which are moving in a circular pattern in an orbit. This is an orbit, and here electrons are moving in this manner. Here this is an example of a simple element which is called hydrogen atom. In hydrogen atom there is a presence of one electron and one proton. And please remember that this is the one element in the world which has no number of neutrons. This is the one and only one element in the world which has no neutrons. It has only one electron and one proton. Now I want to tell some interesting fact about an atom. So what are these facts? The first one is atom is electrically neutral. The electrically neutral means the number of electron, that is number of negatively charged particles, equal to number of proton, that is number of positively charged particles. In a stable atom, the number of electron must be equal to number of proton. This theory was firstly proposed by the J.J. Thomson. He told us that if the number of electrons is equal to number of proton, then the atom is stable. And if the number of electrons is not equal to number of protons, then the atom is not stable. And the second point is neutron decreases the electrostatic force of repulsion of two protons so that the atom remains stabilized. What does it mean? This is a very important point. Let me explain this point. To explain this point, I want to take an example of a helium atom. In helium atom, we know that in its nucleus there is a presence of two protons like this, positive and positive, two protons. Okay, and we know that when the two protons, means two positively charged particles, are placed in a close proximity to each other, then there will be a repulsion, and due to this repulsion the atom remains unstable. So to decrease this instability, that is force of repulsion, there is a presence of neutron which have no charge. This neutron decreases the electrostatic force of repulsion of two positive charge so that the atom remains stable. After this, I want to tell something about atomic number and and mass number. So what is atomic number? Atomic number is the number of proton in a stable atom. Let us take an example of a helium. Helium has two number of protons, so its atomic number is 2, and this is denoted by the letter Z. And now, what is mass number? The number of protons and number of neutrons. In helium atom, there are two number of protons and two number of neutrons, so its mass number is 4. Actually, this atomic number and mass number help us to represent the name of a element or an atom. How can we represent this? Let us take an example of helium. To represent helium, we write helium here, and in the top right side or left side we write its atomic number, and in the down side we write the mass number, that is 4. Helium 2 and this is 4. So this is the significance of an atomic number and the mass number. It helps us to represent the atom in a periodic table. Okay, so that's all for today. In future I will teach the different important facts and interesting facts about science. So thank you for today.